Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, it started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3, the power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway, a 2-on-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. But my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. Other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway, a 2-on-0, a shot, and it's goal! So 3-3, the power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and
Instagram. All right. You know where Antonio is? Antonio is. Oh, okay. All right.
And now, please rise for the national anthem.
Singing yes?
Number 2, Thomas Manayer. Number 24, Wesley Gibson. Number 4, Abdel Talampi. Number 3, Christian Ortiz. Number 23, Mayo Safinova. Number 9, Daniel Sergey. Number 6, Jonah Steckley. Number 11, Jermaine Turner. Number 20, Justin Wilson. Number 14, Alex Wright. And now, the starting 11 for your Chicago City. In goal, number 43, Jackson Wayman. Number 3, Julian Cisneros. Number 22, Juan Gutierrez. Number 21, Dylan Banker. Number 2, Ernest Mensa. Number 23, Ernest Bawa. Number 18, Axel Alejandre. Number 10, Mark Torrellas. Number 11, Josh Torres. Number 19, Oscar Dueso. And number 7, Cade Hagan.
Get you in a second. Here we go.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another Sports Broadcast Solutions broadcast. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Austin Wright, and alongside me, right next to me, is my partner in crime here for color, Raphael, as well. Raphael, we have one heck of a matchup tonight as Chicago City SC is one of only 2 unbeaten teams in all of USL League 2, as well as Ballard FC out of Oregon. And so for tonight for Chicago City SC, as a team with a 6-0-0 current record, shooting for 7-0, they have a tough test coming in with Peoria City as they arrive with a 3-3 record so far, but both teams are rolling in hot as both have won by 2 goals at least in their previous matchups.
Well, it's a big game for both teams. Obviously for City, they're looking to remain unbeaten so far up to this point, and they've done a great job, particularly on the defensive side. In their last 4 games, they've only conceded 1 goal. And on the other side, you have Peoria, who's looking to get their first 2-game winning streak of the season up to this point. In their first 6 games, they've lost 1, and lost. They're looking for any kind of 2-game momentum for a win streak, and tonight could be the night.
Absolutely, it sure can. But for Chicago City SC, they've obviously been rotating a lot of different players throughout this entire season, not only from just the area here in Chicago, but also players from around the country playing for D1 institutions, D2, all across the nation, from as far as UNC North Carolina all the way to right here in Chicago's own backyard with 2 Loyola and DePaul Blue Demons on the roster as well. So it will absolutely be a very big matchup as Chicago City SC plays on a different field, not quite their same home turf that's already being used for tonight. So tonight they're playing at the Illinois Institute of Technology here on the south side of Chicago, just streets away from the Chicago White Sox stadium. So this pitch will be obviously a little bit different for Coach Charlie Latshaw's team as they try and match up against a Peoria City team that will not be playing on the typical rugby pitch that we saw typically at Lions Pro Sports Complex. So this will be an interesting matchup here.
It is, and it's going to be interesting to see just how, not only for Peoria but for City as well, how they readjust, considering the fact that, this adjustment was made, during the day only a couple of hours ago. So it'll be interesting to see which team sort of, adjusts better compared to the other one.
Absolutely. Both teams will be lining up in a very balanced 4-3-3 attack here to begin this match, and we are just moments away from the referee beginning this match. And officially, that begins the halfway point here for the season for Chicago City SC. Their 7th match, as well as Peoria City's. Both squads having solid seasons so far, but Chicago City, the number 4 team in the nation, has been on an absolute tear throughout this entire season, having beaten the intimidating Des Moines Menace just a few weeks ago at home in one of the biggest upsets of all the season and possibly in just a few years in USL League 2, as they won 3-1 over them at Lions for Hope Sports Complex. So going into this matchup, Raphael, we'll obviously be looking at some very key players for Chicago City SC, with Oscar Dueso having scored just their last match against Springfield ASC, in which they won 5-0. And, that also goes with the goalkeeping that's been consistent throughout this entire season for City.
It has. I mean, good credit as well to the goalkeeper you mentioned, Jackson Wayman. He's done a tremendous job. Obviously, we talked to him in the man of match when we did against Des Moines a couple of weeks ago. And overall, they're just such a really good unit, this entire team, that it doesn't matter who they put in. They have the confidence and belief with one another that things are going to work out well.
Absolutely. And Chicago City already going through in their attacking third towards Peoria City. There is a foul's called on them. This will be a kick coming up for City in some dangerous position. Peoria City on their heels now, as Ernest Bawa, one of those key players in that Menace match that we were talking about, having scored that PK early on to give Chicago their second goal. So now Bawa, the lone kicker here on just outside the box. He has no one around him, so we'll have to see if some bodies are going to be thrown towards the middle as Peoria's goalkeeper is hugging that near post. Bawa sends it towards the middle, and it's a header, and it's in! Chicago City is up 1-0 against Peoria City here just 3 minutes into the match. What a goal, Raphael.
A beautiful cross there, swung on by Bawa, and right there for the finish. And City take an early 1-0 lead just like that. Perfect execution from the set piece.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And as you hear there by the PA announcer, it was in fact Mark Torrelis who scored that goal for Chicago City SC, and he continues a hot streak, Raphael. He scored 2 in just the last matchup against Springfield just almost a week ago. So for him, he's been on an absolute tear. He was the man of the match for City just a week ago or so in that Springfield match in the shutout there. So it's already an offensive showcase right now for City as they put on the early pressure, as that one goes far and away for Peoria there.
Then you mentioned as well, Torres, he also scored in the previous fixture between these two teams earlier in the season. So far he's had Peoria's number in these 2 games.
Yeah, and Torrelis will absolutely be one player that we will have to keep watching throughout this entire match, as he is a very athletic forward, slightly midfielder for City. Kind of does it all, as Charlie Latchaw likes to rotate a lot of these players from across the country in and out between an attacking midfield to a lot of those forward positions. But the absolute athleticism and speed is evident throughout the entire pitch for all these Chicago City players. And obviously now at the halfway point, they've all had a chance to continue to gel, to continue to find ways to continue working on Coach Latchaw's system. But now for Peoria, you have to wonder what they're actually going to be able to do to respond here as they go down early, but they're pushing the envelope here. That one was dangerously close to being an offside, but refs say keep playing on, and Wayman picked that one up easily there.
Well, this is a Peoria team, that like coming into the day in their first 3 away fixtures, they've won 2 of them. So, they've been playing really well away from home, but today it's not been the same story early on.
Absolutely. And for City today, obviously a lot of discipline has to be had for a lot of these USL League 2 matches. We've seen plenty of red cards, plenty of yellows. So obviously the discipline also has to be a factor in this one as well for Peoria, because a lot of these college players, they like to get intense, obviously. They know the intensity that it requires to be able to play at this level, continue to get scouting offers, continue to get those professional looks for those that are attending these matches.
There's a lot as well.
You have to wonder how they're going to continue to do that here.
There's a lot, particularly about the composure aspect as well of the players.
Certainly so. And so with playing for both of these teams having the 4-3-3 sets, Raphael. For those watching on this broadcast, what exactly do they need to know with this balanced attack, as there's a foul there on Peoria? This will be a Chicago kick coming up.
So the 4-3-3 is the most common formation used in all of football. It was originated going back to the 70s and 80s, used by the Netherlands primarily. Then it emerged in the 90s with Johan Cruyff as the manager of Barcelona, and now in the modern day used a lot by Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, managers of both Man City and Liverpool. Key things to look out for the 4-3-3 is you're going to see a lot of short passes between both teams. They want to have players right near close to one another. You see right there Peoria is getting set for another attack. So that's something you're going to keep an eye on. However, with strengths come weaknesses in the formation. If the lone striker for both teams is too far isolated from the wingers, it becomes an issue. So it'll be interesting to see if that emerges from either of these two teams.
Certainly so. And City definitely playing a nice conservative attack now, having had that early lead to work with. Now, very crisp passes are something that you will constantly see throughout this entire match, as that's definitely one of Coach Latshaw's big keys to any match, making sure that not too much of their possession is taking away through careless interceptions or any other forms of turnovers that might happen throughout this match. And for Peoria, you actually definitely have to keep in mind that with this venue change, you're going to have a lot more space on the field to work with rather than that rugby pitch that we know and love at Lions for Hope Sports Complex. Maybe those opposing teams don't necessarily love it. It's just a different style. And that's what comes with soccer. You can definitely have all these different variations of pitches, just like you do in baseball. You'll have all these different dimensions to work with. And so now with this, a true soccer field style, you'll have a lot more open play and space to work with for both of these teams.
One would think that Peoria would have the advantage, being used to playing on a wide open pitch like this. And so far, though, City, they've been playing as if they've been playing on a pitch like this entire season.
Certainly so. Just 8 minutes into this match so far. Both teams playing a little bit more evenly now, going a little bit back and forth, trying to feel out what style of play that they want to keep going with, trying to find that edge play as well as working on their press a little bit as well. But with that ball going out, Wayman will do the honors of giving this out. You can only assume all the way to his forwards that are being asked to be pushed farther down.
We talked about Peoria, how we're at the halfway point of the season. For them, it's a critical game. If they want to have any chance of being the top two teams in the Heartland Division, they'll have to win out and hope they get help elsewhere from both City and Des Moines losing a game or two over the rest of the season.
Absolutely. As there's an offside there by Cade Hagan. He got a little too antsy on that one, trying to get in front of the Peoria back line. But you're absolutely right. If Peoria wants to stay in this thing and figure out a way to get to the playoffs and find those top two spots and get next to City or the Des Moines Menace themselves, they are absolutely going to have to go on a tear like you're mentioning, because they didn't start off the season quite so strong, but having a nice win against St. Charles just last week, 3-1, was something that they were certainly looking forward to, as that ball's crossed far into the middle. Not really anyone around there. Wayman is able to pick that one up. So now we see Axel Alejandre giving a nice long pass there in the middle, looking for this bit of a triangle passing system, finding any outlet that they can to get through that Peoria defense, as now everybody's going on a race here. Chicago City looking to go on attack, but it's easily picked up there by Christian Ortiz for Peoria City. And now Peoria looking to make something happen here on offense. They're already in the middle of the box, and a shot there for Peoria picked up easily by Wayman. That was Alex White, a forward there for Peoria, trying to give them a sign of life, but no one was really around there to help him pick up any sort of rebound against Wayman.
And we saw this as narrows of the wing back right there pushing far up the pitch. If he pushes far up the pitch numerous times throughout the game, it's going to continue allowing City to have great counterattacks across the wings. And there, we saw it right there. And unfortunately for White, he just couldn't capitalize on the goal opportunity early on.
Absolutely. And Cisneros, another player that has really just been kind of the soul and machine muscle for Chicago this entire season. He's one of those key constants in that back line for City that's always able to get in front of those passing lanes and score as well. He did just get a goal in his last match against Springfield, in which City won 5-0. And so throughout that match, you could definitely tell that obviously his engine is one of the best in City. It does not stop as he constantly moves across that pitch. I would love to see any statistic for him to see if we can find out how many miles he alone runs throughout this entire season, because you love to see those kind of stats of how much hustle that some of these soccer players put in, especially those on the defense. And now Peoria trying to keep it in Chicago's area. They're looking to attack a lot more here as they now have a corner opportunity coming up.
We're mentioning Cisneros and just how many miles he runs with wingbacks. It's so critical to have such great not only pace but stamina, having to go back and forth, setting up runs and also going back on defense.
As that corner goes into the middle, it's picked up off the head of one of the Peoria players. This would be a goal kick coming up. And that's the problem with some of those corner kicks. You get those low-flying balls in towards the middle. You really never know what might happen, but really just one of those Peoria players didn't quite get up far enough into the air to make something happen there to get it quite farther on the net.
Yeah, so the header was from number 9, Daniel Sergev, right there, one of the tallest players on the pitch. So it's going to be really interesting to see how City contains him on set pieces on the corners.
Absolutely, and that's definitely one of the areas that City can thrive in, especially when there's chaos right in the middle of that area in the actual box for City, especially on corners. They love those ping-ponging, rebounding shots anytime that those can get in close, as they're trying to make something happen there in the middle, but picked up greatly by Peoria. That was a nice save there by Thomas Monayer, the defenseman there.
Bad mistake there by a defender, number 24, Wesley Gibson, right there, jumping a little bit too early right there. And unfortunately for him, City does not capitalize on another great opportunity as they were looking to try to extend the lead to 2.
Now 13 minutes into this match, Raphael, you see Peoria have those signs of life. They've pushed it far down the pitch. They're attempting to get towards City's own area to attack. But what exactly do they need to keep doing to actually be able to get some more of those opportunities to score, as the back line has remained pretty calm back there, helping out Jackson Wayman in net? As Peoria looks for something there, couldn't make that happen. That ball was just going to go too far wide for Peoria. That looked to be Justin Wilson for them, who scored in their last match against St. Charles.
Mentioned it right there, Austin, what adjustments Peoria need to make right there. They need to get number 20 Wilson more involved so far. Outside of his last shot right there, hasn't been much involvement. We've been seeing them playing out wide in the wings. I'm interested to see if they'll sort of narrow the pitch and sort of, come closer towards him.
Absolutely, and especially whenever these matches are for City are being played at Lions for Hope, you always see them have that edge play. But now when you have a wider pitch, and especially longer as well compared to the typical Lions for Hope Sports Complex one, you have a lot more room to be able to get those long ball passes. How exactly might that affect, do you think, for City and as well Peoria having this much space on the field?
You would think it affects more for City just because they're not used to this, but so far they've done a really good job adjusting to the pitch, and give credit to the entire coaching staff so far. And for Peoria, they've also done a really good job taking advantage of out wide near the touchline. So interesting to see, though, who comes out on top.
Absolutely, and Bawa right there in the middle is making a lot of great moves. He's tripped up there right on the edge of the box. That one is called by the ref, and he gives a yellow right there for Peoria. Now the question is, did that foul occur right inside or outside the box?
Looks
what
like
could this result mean for this? Because from our vantage point we have here in the press box at the IIT field, it looked to be just on the outside. Yes. That is our first booking of the match, and that'll go against Peoria. So now Chicago City has a great opportunity here to set up a big, momentous kick that could result in a 2-0 lead, doubling their lead against Peoria, who could be pushed on their heels for the rest of this match if they can find a goal in this opportunity. But a heady play by Bawa to have such great footwork there right in the middle and get around those defenders.
Now you see the Peoria line right there pushing back. There's currently 4 City players talking amongst themselves who's going to take the shot, and it appears Bawa is going to take the shot.
And here's some of those Chicago City players just right next to this broadcast booth pleading with their players to go more towards that box. right in front of the goalkeeper who's hugging that far post.
If you're Peoria, you want to have someone right there on the top on the left-hand corner.
Ball with the kick. Not quite enough. That ball was going to be going too far outside. That's off of Peoria. So a corner's coming up here for City. Bawa will be the one to take this one. Ernest Bawa, an interesting player. One of the players that I mentioned earlier in this broadcast, he is the one from University of North Carolina, in which he had 14 games started there as a Tar Heel. 3 goals on that season. Ball kicked right in there in the middle, headed off him. And Banker right there for City had an opportunity to shoot it, just went far wide, pinging off, and goes over the fence of this IIT stadium. But now another kick, corner kick I should say, coming up for Chicago City, 17 minutes into this match here on the near side. Bawa sends it far and away on the outside of the box. That'll be Cisneros trying to gather this one. Looking for anybody around him to help him out. It looks like City's going to have to regroup if they want to have an opportunity to keep this in the box and put even more pressure on Peoria's Mason Hart. Goalkeeper as a shot's going over there, just wide left. Oh, what an opportunity that could have been for City.
It's a good effort right there by number 19, Dueso. Unfortunately, though, it all gets negated into an offside.
If you're a Peoria fan, you have to be breathing a big sigh of relief, because that was a scary moment that could have resulted in a second goal already in this match. But now with that long booming kick, Peoria already has it deep in the mid-attack against Chicago. We'll have to see what kind of long passes that they'll be able to have from the edge going towards the box, as that ball is intercepted quickly by Chicago City. They're pushing this one up fast. Coming straight in towards the middle. He's looking right there for Oscar Dueso, who makes a great move in the middle, but he's called off right there. That was nice, fancy footwork by Dueso to make that happen, but just a little bit too much speed.
And it all started right there with Hagan doing such a good job, going from right side of the pitch, cutting across to the middle, and invading several Peoria defenders right there. And unfortunately, Dueso just gets called an offside again.
Now Peoria trying to regroup here. You have to imagine that they're going to have to go back and reset just a little bit to be able to get those opportunities farther in the net and put some pressure on Jackson Wayman, who's been stellar this entire season, having had plenty of clean sheets, as well as the other Chicago City goalkeepers throughout this entire season.
And not only that for Wayman, obviously the performance against Des Moines, where he had over 10 saves in that game, despite conceding the game's opening goal.
Absolutely. And if for some reason Coach Latshaw needs to put in a backup goalkeeper or one of the other players that are on the bench, that will have made 35 players that will have played on a pitch for Chicago City in one of the two-tone blue uniforms throughout the season, which only just halfway through the season. That is a very impressive number, especially to be 6-0, having so many players cycle through, considering the fact that they are all from the Chicago area, majority of this whole team. That is certainly a feat that has to be commended.
And it speaks so much to just the entire coaching staff and how well they have done in setting up philosophy, knowing exactly what they are looking for, because oftentimes you have coaches who have an idea what they want to do, but they don't have it firmly concrete and planned. But give credit to Coach Latshaw and the entire coaching staff, because they went out, saw who they wanted ideally, and because of that, they've been performing lights out the entire season.
Absolutely. After that ball went out, Chicago now has possession yet again here. Bawa making something happen here as Peoria really does not want this ball to go any farther than the halfway point. That goes out. A throw-in's coming up for Peoria here. Here on the near right side, Peoria has another opportunity to attempt to notch a tie right here for a 1-1 tie at the moment, as we're 21 minutes into this match. Can they find an equalizer and put some pressure on City as they tried to get to 4-3 on the season? But the Chicago defense finds ways to get interceptions yet again, as that's handled right there in the middle by Cade Hagan. Finding someone there on the far side, that's Oscar DeWeso, but just a little too much mustard on that hot dog there for City. Easily picked up there by Hart. So throughout the rest of this match, Raphael, when you look at this match, you have to find more ways, if you're Peoria, to put the ball towards the net, continue to do what you're doing earlier, going towards the outside and then cutting right back towards the middle on the box. But what else are you seeing that they are doing well so far?
They're doing a really good job. You mentioned it, playing out wide to the wings. I think ideally for them, what they're going to want to do is start sending the ball forward to nice little crosses, you know, sort of create a bit of chaos right in front of the nets. But so far, you know, outside of allowing the opening goal, they've done a pretty good job with City heading.
So here on the near side, Cisneros trying to handle that one, gets pushed out by Peoria. That'll be a quick throw-in coming in for City. Looking to make something happen. He pushed the ball over to that far side for Juan Gutierrez. He's the captain for today for City. A solid player in his second season for the Lions out of UIC. He had started 16 games for the Flames just last season. He led the team in minutes, playing over 1,500. Now City with some short, methodical passing. They're trying to make something happen. That's Cade Hagan pushing over towards the middle. But it goes just out of bounds there. It'll be a corner coming up for City. Bow will do the honors again for the corner kick.
And we've seen so far how for Peoria, they're playing so wide their defenders, which is allowing open spaces right across the middle of the pitch into the final third, and allowing for the forwards like Torres, West, and Hagan to have good opportunities near the net.
That ball's sent low and away and towards the middle. It's being handled still by City. That's Cisneros here on the near side. And he kicks that one just left outside of the box there. This will be a goal kick coming up for Peoria City. And if you're Cisneros, you have to like that opportunity. You had some guys right there in front of the near post, but just really not enough opportunities to get it over some of those Peoria defenders there. An attempt for possibly a header or a high kick there to get it there, but more attempts, I'm sure, will be coming for either side as we continue in this match. And a rough tackle there by Peoria. Chicago will have the ball on this one, and a quick start will be delayed here by the ref. Dylan Binker passing it over towards the midfield here for Chicago. Cade Hagan, the recipient on that one. Looking for Torellis, but that's called on City. This will be Peoria's ball. 1-0 match here. Mark Torellis, the goal scorer so far for Chicago City. He scored twice just last match against Springfield ASC. And City is up 1-0 already, 25 minutes into this match here at the Illinois Institute of Technology on the south side of Chicago. Now it's a battle there towards the midfield for Axel Alejandre and some of those other Chicago City players. Peoria, you can tell that they're acting a lot more aggressive now right here in the middle part of this first half, as you try and see them trying to make any kind of moves against some of these City attackers.
Well, they're trying to use a high intense pressure right now, but what's going to happen because of that is they're going to see a lot of players later on in the game become fatigued and tired. So for now, it's good. However, as the game further progresses, it's not going to help them as much considering how tired they will be.
Absolutely, and a beautiful day here on the south side of Chicago. Like you're mentioning, the fatigue not necessarily going to be too much of a worry here, as it's been a beautiful day in the mid-60s throughout much of this day and clear skies. Just obviously slight wind here, aptly named Windy City, living up to its name here. But other than that, you really don't have to factor too much in as far as heat, more so just the wind. And obviously with any soccer match, you have to keep in mind the endurance of being able to play a full 90 minutes. So obviously we mentioned earlier that Coach Latshaw, he's not afraid to put in a lot of different subs whenever he needs to, as every player has the talent level to be able to get on that pitch, as well as Peoria is. So we'll have to see how those subs later on in this match could affect the outcome here. Now push coming up here for Julian Cisneros. They're wearing that number 3 in light blue. And a continued concerted effort here for Chicago as they continue making those short passes, playing a bit of a keep away sort of method here against Peoria. But once they find those lanes, they are quick to attack them, as they try to do that right there with Oscar Dueso, but Peoria got in front of that one quickly. That was Jermaine Turner. Now Mark Torellis pushing it over to Ernest Bawa, looking to make some fancy footwork there in the middle, getting around some of the defenders, attempted for a shot, but blocked easily. This will be another corner kick coming up for Chicago City. They're third already here in this first half. 1-0 match, 27 minutes in here. And Rafael, you have to imagine with those first two corner kicks, that we've seen from City, they've been low. We'll have to see if they'll change this one up here. And yet again, another low, screaming line drive towards the middle, looking for those possible headers in the middle, but City is able to regain their composure here, attempting for something in the middle, and that's a big tackle in the middle. Nothing called by the ref, as Mark Torellis is down over there in visible pain, slow to get up there, but City's able to get back on the attack there, pushing towards the middle, and that ball is quickly intercepted by Peoria. A great move by their defender. They are right in the middle of dangerous position for City to be able to almost get another goal there, or have another good look at it at least. Now Dueso pushing it on that far side of the pitch. Looking towards the middle, it's a big swinging pass, and the header goes high and above the net there for Chicago.
We've seen just how well they have been on the receiving end of those crosses so far. And we were talking about earlier with Bao and his low trajectory crosses, and so far it's worked up to this point. They haven't gotten a goal yet outside of the free kick, but so far they've had numerous opportunities coming close, and I wouldn't be surprised before the game ends that one of those crosses eventually will result into a goal.
You're certainly right, and especially for Chicago, they do love the set pieces, no matter if it comes from a free kick in the middle or if it comes from those corner kicks. Any kind of quickly moving passes that they can find, whether it be a ping-ponging ball right in the middle of the box there, it could be any opportunity of that kind for them. But it is very evident thus far that Chicago City is clearly in firm control of this match, having had majority of the possessions so far, especially in these latter 2 minutes. That's a big shot there by Cade Hagen's blocked, but it's in! A rebounding goal. That's Josh Torres for Chicago City SC, and they lead 2-0 here at the Illinois Institute of Technology.
Well, the rebound shot right there from Cisneros was deflected by Torres. Torres was putting back to Cisneros right there, almost giving him quote-unquote the credit for the goal right there. It's a much needed deflection right there. It's an unfortunate situation right there for the goalkeeper Hart making the initial save and not having enough time to readjust on the deflection, and City are rewarded.
Exactly so, and a beautiful moment there for Chicago to now put it up for 2-0 here a clear sign that they are in firm control of this match, as Peoria is clearly on their heels. Trying to find any sort of way to respond here will be key, as they have not really had too many offensive opportunities in these past 5 minutes of play here. But like we mentioned, those rebounding shots right off the goalkeeper's hands or sometimes off the post are just what Chicago City loves to do. They love getting right in front of the keeps and finding any rebounding shots. And Josh Torres really put one in very quickly there.
And now if you're Peoria, we have 15 minutes left before halftime. They're down to nothing. Their season is almost on the line right here, considering all 4 flops will pretty much eliminate them from any opportunity of being the top 2 in the division.
Certainly so, and they have to rely on Chicago City losing at minimum 3 matches to end this season if they want to have a chance at the playoffs, as well as Des Moines losing just 2 more matches in regular time. They can't rely on any draws from either team unless they get a lot more victories later on in this season, as it is at the halfway point. But now a kick coming up for Peoria. This could be an opportunity for them to work on a set-piece goal and attempt to cut this lead in half.
Well, we saw earlier in the game when they had a corner right there, and how number 9, Danielle Sergev right there, was overwhelmingly the tallest player on the pitch for Peoria. So it's interesting to see if they continue to cross it up to him. He's currently right now at the far post.
Absolutely, and as well, Wesley Gibson, 24, you can see him right there in the middle, one of the other tall players for Peoria. You have to imagine a sweeping pass towards the middle. A header would be a great opportunity for them to cut this lead in half. A low-line kick there is easily picked up by Chicago. Peoria is going to have to regroup here and work on this one in the middle, as another header pushed away in the middle. That was that was Mark Torellis there in the middle for City. That one's called offsides on Chicago, on Peoria, so Chicago will now have the kick coming up here. And for Peoria, you have to be at least happy with the results that you're getting so far now in these past couple minutes here, as they've had some attempts on goal, but you have to keep the pressure on Chicago, as they've really had a great opportunity throughout this entire match to retain possession and continue to put shots on Mason Hart there in the Peoria net.
And not only that here, we're nearing halftime. If I'm Peoria, I want to see more attack. I want to push my wing backs a little bit more up forward. Yes, it's going to allow the attackers for City to sort of expose on the counter, but at this point you're down to nothing early on. Your season is on the line. What do you have to lose?
Exactly, and especially what we've seen from Chicago, you can clearly see their aggression. Whenever they have just an inch of space, they attack immediately. They find those lanes, use their quick footwork, and go against the Peoria defenders no matter what. And so if you're Peoria's attack, if you're Jermaine Turner or Alex White or Justin Wilson, you have to imagine that some of them will have to find opportunities with the ball to just sprint against the Chicago back line and find any attempt for shots against Jackson Wayman. And that one will go out off of Peoria. This will be a throw-in coming in for Chicago. Cisneros will do the honors here on the near side. On the near sideline, that was Torres maintaining that one, pushing it over towards DeWeso. And now Peoria gets in front of that passing lane. Now they have a great opportunity to get on the attack and attempt to cut this lead in half. But great defense there by Dylan Banker for Chicago. And that one's called on City. Peoria will have an opportunity now to continue to push the envelope and find a way to put more pressure on the City defense.
It's a bit of a questionable call right there on Alejandre, as the ref and the fourth official have a little chat amongst themselves.
Absolutely, especially for a moment like that, Rafael. Would you consider that to be kind of a 50-50 play, whether or not you would think that actually would be a call? Because clearly those players, there wasn't any malicious intent or anything in that realm, but certainly the refs had another idea on that one.
It's a 50-50 right there between both players right there, just tussling one another. I wouldn't have made that a foul personally, but I'm just a commentator, not a ref.
At any rate, Peoria will continue to have the ball as a tough tackle is made there by Chicago. Peoria will retain this one and continue to push this one. It'll be Jonas Steckley there, as well as Christian Ortiz. And now if you're Peoria, you have to continue pushing the envelope. Like we mentioned earlier, continue to find the pressing attack and get in towards those passing lanes. But you look at all the Chicago players on the pitch, they're so evenly distributed throughout this entire far side to be able to get in front of any of those defenders at any moment they need to, just like we see with Dylan Banker right there as Peoria finds their way back into the middle of the box. And a sweeping kick away by Cade Hagan to get in front of that one. What a move by him for a slide tackle as a far shot is made by Peoria, picked up by Wayman. A good save by him. And that was a far shot attempt there for Peoria. It's not necessarily a head scratcher. That was a good attempt as it was very quick off the ball, but you have to wonder if they could have found something else with Thomas Maneer, the one on the shot attempt there.
Well, if you're Peoria, at some point you just feel frustrated not having any opportunities. And then we saw earlier, you know, with City's second goal coming from a rebound. So there's nothing to lose right there. Have a shot and see where it goes from there.
Absolutely. A 2-0 lead for Chicago City here, 37 minutes into this match. Mark Torellis, the first goal scorer as well. Josh Torres scored that second one off a rebound off Mason Hart in the middle. Chicago now has more pressure coming up on the outside of the box against Peoria. Regrouping just a little bit, passing it back towards the back line's captain there. That's Juan Gutierrez. Ernest Mensah there on the far side, trying to retain that one. And now Chicago really just playing that keep away mentality towards the back, looking for any of those long passes. But Peoria gets in front of it, trying to make something happen here. Jonas Steckley met immediately there in the middle. The far sweeping pass looking towards the near side. That's Alex White for Peoria. He has no one around him at the moment. He's got to have some sort of help there, but it goes off Chicago. It'll be a corner coming up for Peoria. And like we saw earlier, Raphael, we saw all those earlier corner kicks being low in the way and towards the middle. You have to imagine that there would have to be some sort of lob sort of pass here to attempt to get another sort of header opportunity, which we mentioned could be Justin Wilson, as he's one of the taller players, as well as Daniel Sergiev. A sweeping pass in the middle there. Peoria couldn't quite handle that one. City's got a hold on it now. Josh Torres, the second goal scorer, but that's just pushed away towards the middle. Peoria has their possession back towards it. Peoria making their own sort of methodical passes here, but they can't really find some of those passing lanes that we've been mentioning earlier. As City is able to get in front of them very handily, they have to have a lot more neighbors around them to be able to help out and give them a hand, or I guess I should say a leg in this case, in the sense that they want to be able to find any open space in towards the box to get a shot towards Wayman.
Well, right now, they're sort of neutral right now. They're stuck in the middle of no man's land right now. And they're going to have to find some sort of creativity, as Wayman's going to have to just punch it out. It's going to resolve for a corner.
Certainly a smart move there by Wayman to get that one immediately out of bounds. There was not too many other Chicago defenders to help him out. So it'll be another corner coming up for Peoria City. Continue to put pressure here on Chicago, but a high header doesn't quite go their way on that one as well. That was Alex White, one of their forwards. couldn't quite get that one down enough, as the wind has really been picking up here later on in this first half, pushing towards the south side, the right side of the pitch, as you'll see on your broadcast. And so that has to be another factor to keep in mind for Peoria as they attempt to make anything else happen here in this first half, and as well for Chicago City as they switch sides going into the second half.
Now that's going to be an issue for Wayman right here, but he gets a nice long boot.
Gutierrez with that header there for City. Pushed it over towards Torellis on that far side as well with Ernest Mensah. And now a tussle on that far side of the Peoria having the throw in. And with only about 4 or 5 minutes left in this first half, they have to continue pushing this ball as much as they can, just like they have been doing, getting those set piece opportunities on corners to continue pushing towards the net.
Well, it's a huge difference for them whether or not they're down by 1 or down by 2. If you're down by 1, it gives you sort of confidence and belief knowing that they can come back in this game. If you're down by 2, your mentality completely changes. So these next few minutes right here before the half is going to be critical for Peoria to get a goal here.
It is. It absolutely is. And especially when you consider the fact that Chicago City has won every single match they played, as there is a yellow called there on Peoria. It'll be a free kick coming up. And you can hear Tim Regan, the head coach for Peoria City, visibly upset on that call there. Tim Regan, the Bradley assistant coach, he was drafted 17th overall in the MLS Super Draft just a little while ago, but he is visibly upset on this call there in the middle, and a yellow card is being shown to Tim Regan right there on the bench after he had some fine choice words for the referee's call on that one. So Chicago City here, 43 minutes now into this match, will have another free kick right directly in the middle here.
Well, you see him also talking to the city bench as well, along with the fourth official.
He was visibly upset that there was not enough time given for some of his players there in towards the middle, but regardless, the refs have made their decision, and that's what they're going to have to live with. And so now Peoria, they're going to have to respond no matter what with what the decisions that the refs have made here. And if you're Chicago, a third goal here in just the first half would almost certainly feel like the clincher. You would have to think so, considering that they've won every single one of their matches this season by at least 2 goals.
They haven't really been challenged as of late in that sense. You know, I mean, their first game of the year, you know, at home against Springfield, they were up by 2, then they conceded 2 goals before eventually winning that game 4-2. But I'll tell you that they have not really been behind at all this year.
Certainly so. And Cisneros tried to make a move there, getting towards the middle of the box. It was picked up easily by Peoria, or impressively, I guess I should say. But another good interception there from Mark Torellis. This could be a dangerous opportunity for City. He's looking for a friend there in towards the middle, trying to find any shots. That was a dangerous pass, but picked up greatly by Justin Wilson for Peoria City. One of the forwards deep in his own territory, trying to make something happen here. But City is unrelenting with their pressure at the moment. Now Ernest Mensah on that far side of the pitch. You have to imagine he's going to have a big cross here. And deflected right out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in coming in for City. And a yellow card against one of the head coaches is one of the more rare things that you'll see in some of these soccer matches, but it can happen clearly. As Tim Regan does get that yellow card against Peoria, that's just their second now already in this game. But you have to imagine, Rafael, what will they be able to do to respond after all this adversity that they face in this first half?
You know, one thing I personally want to see from them is sort of change the way they've been playing so far. And what I mean by that, play more, change a different formation. Maybe go to like a 4-2-3-1. You have, you know, 4 basically attackers on the pitch. You have your lone striker with basically there's an attacking midfielder and 2 wingers. So, you know, because right now what they've been doing so far hasn't been working yet. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing twice, knowing the exact same result. And for them up to this point, as we're nearly concluding the opening half, they haven't scored yet.
Certainly so. And you'd have to imagine, we have had confirmation that there will be about 3 minutes of extra time here in this first half. After those 2 goals by City and a few of those fouls called here in this match, as Peoria City, I should say, trying to make something happen here. That was Alex White, the forward for them, trying to find anybody towards the middle, or a very difficult shot at a hard angle. But that'll be going out of bounds. A goal kick coming up for Jackson Wayman.
You would think with the pitch being wider, for Peoria, playing out wide would benefit them. But the problem is, since they're playing out so wide, Wilson is just being the lone striker and hasn't been much of a factor so far, which is because of that, but also how good the center backs for City have been playing up to this point.
And certainly so. We've seen these attempts from Alex White as well to get that ball towards the middle, not only for a shot for himself, but also to make an attempt for some of his teammates there in towards the middle, but just really hasn't been quite on target. Their accuracy has been lacking a little bit there in the middle. They need to focus on that a little more as Wayman picks that one up. And if you're Peoria City, you certainly have to go into the locker room at halftime and continue to find ways to change your scheme up a little bit on the attack whenever you can find those forwards pushing down towards the near side or even that far sideline, which hasn't necessarily been used too much by them so far in this match.
And then also, no one ever likes to lose, but especially when you lose to the same team twice in a matter of weeks, and for Peoria, they want to avoid that.
Absolutely so, and having won just in their last match, 3-1 against St. Charles, you'd have to imagine they would go back to some of those similar tactics, but obviously everything would change in every sort of match that you play. You'd imagine you would see Justin Wilson, one of the goal scorers as well, trying to find any way to get his foot on net.
You mentioned, the game against St. Charles for Peoria, how they should be applying the same things they did in their win against St. Charles, but also this is a City team, that is completely different talent-wise to St. Charles. I mean, last week, St. Charles came to the Lionsboro Sports Complex and lost to City 5-1. So ideally for Peoria, you want to apply those same concepts you did, but just the talent difference between both St. Charles and City is night and day.
Certainly so, and especially when you take into account that Daniel Sergiev, one of the midfielders for Peoria, number 9 that you'll see on the pitch, he played for Chicago City last season, and we mentioned that as well with Juan Gutierrez having had his second season at this moment. So you wonder if those two would actually be able to battle against each other in this match. We haven't really seen it too much so far since they are friendly with each other, but we'll have to see what happens in that second half as the first half comes to a close. Chicago City SC leads 2-0 against Peoria City. Mark Torellis and Josh Torres are your goal scorers so far in this match. And we will be having our second half broadcast coming up momentarily. But thank you all for watching so far on this Sports Broadcast Solutions broadcast.
Besides that, 2 seconds, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Today they gave me no chance.
That's why I like having the monitor.
Legit, that shit was lagging.
This was the streaming cable. That was the charger.
That shit was lagging as I was fucking
showing you the sky.
talking. And then I was lagging because that shit was lagging. So everything was lagging. I was like, bro.
And then you were going really slow for us.
Well, we didn't lose the stream.
Because that shit was lagging. So then I started lagging like in person.
Yeah.
And then,
dude, whenever you tried to pronounce Miles Safonov, I don't even know how to pronounce it. That was hilarious. Safonov.
Bro, your handwriting, what was that? Safonavaz. I thought that was an S, dog.
Nah. After the game, I want to drive over there and see if they'll let me in for free.
For a Sox game?
Yeah.
Who are you facing?
Just coming in the 8th inning. It's right down the fucking street. So
who are they playing tonight?
Rangers.
Oh, they're gonna lose.
Oh, God.
They're losing to the Rangers then.
Of course they are. They lose to the fucking Tigers. Of course we lose.
Wait, where
State-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and it's a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Illinois' top-ranked orthopedic and spine practice, Midwest Orthopedics at Rush, is now in Joliet. See a world-class specialist close to home. To be your best, see the best.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. Other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway, a 2-0. A shot, and it's goal! So 3-3, the power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to another Sports Broadcast Solutions broadcast. You are watching live here in downtown Chicago on the south side at the Illinois Institute of Technology as Chicago City SC leads Peoria City here in a USL League 2 match. And the goal scorers for Chicago City have been Mark Torellis and Josh Torres. Torres had a very interesting second goal for City as it ping-ponged right off the goal keep for them. Mason Hart having got it in right after that. And so for Peoria here, they are certainly going to be on their heels in this second half. And Raphael, you know, they have to make a lot of different adjustments here if they want to get on that scoreboard and not allow City to have that 2-0 lead here in the second half.
Well, time will tell the difference whether or not Peoria made a good enough amount of adjustments during the halftime break. As for City, they're just looking to preserve their win and continue to remain unbeaten on the season.
Absolutely. Chicago City SC, the number 4 team currently in the rankings for USL League 2, just in front of one of their foes in the Heartland Division, who they have to face early in July in the Des Moines Menace. They have to go all the way to Des Moines, Iowa to face them in a matchup, a rematch that could be one for the ages, as that could determine the actual winner of this division. But either way, those two teams sit currently at the top of the table in the Heartland Division. And so we'll have to see if Chicago City will continue to pour it on, as their goal differential throughout this entire season has been very impressive. But to continue so, they've also had a very balanced attack as well as defense. Especially helps when you have a goalkeeper in Jackson Wayman that's able to keep so many clean sheets throughout this season. And thus far, City will certainly be the ones to look for whenever they go on the attack. But no subs for either squad to begin this second half. They will continue to work on what they had in the first half. And for Peoria, they certainly need to find more offensive outlets, whether it be from the outside for those sweeping passes across, or any kind of movement from a singular attacker in the middle.
Furthermore, you would have thought that Peoria would make substitutions at the half, you know, sort of reinvigorate their team, you know, and get some spark, some energy, yet they didn't. So let's see if Coach Regan for Peoria made the right decision.
Certainly so. And you mentioned earlier in the first half, Raphael, that Peoria City should attempt to even think about maybe switching up their system, whether they go from their 4-3-3, which they started out with, moving into a 4-5-1 possibly, or any other kind of singular attack that might be able to focus on one player to get towards the middle of the net. But they're going to stick with their system at the moment, and they're trying to make another attempt in there. That's a shot over there towards the middle. That's Justin Wilson. That's his third shot now on the match. That one goes wide left on the ground. Wayman didn't need to make too much movement on that one.
And you saw right there on the corner right there, Alex Y, 14 right there, sort of putting his hands up in frustration at Wilson right there, as he was open for a second. We would have liked to see Wilson release a pass to him, and unfortunately it'll just go down as a missed shot for Wilson.
Certainly so. As that ball goes out of bounds, it'll be a throw-in coming up for Peoria City here, looking to continue to attack Jackson Wayman. Peoria City had 5 shots in that first half, and like I mentioned, now Justin Wilson has 3 now. That one will go out of bounds. It's going to be City's throw-in coming in here. But as well, Alex White and Jermaine Turner contributed a shot, as well as Miles Stefanovong for them. And you have to imagine that those 4 players will continue to be the ones to look for on their attack. But City will continue their unrelenting pressure here as they look for more offensive outlets. There is a long pass towards Ernest Bawa on that far side. He tries to make some more fancy footwork, looking for a call, begging for one, but does not get one there. It'll be a kick coming up. Or excuse me, the refs have stopped the play there. And this will be a kick coming up for Chicago. Excuse me, that ball did go out of bounds on Peoria City. So a corner, another one, will be coming up for Chicago City SC. Ernest Bawa will be the one to do the honors there on that far side.
It's a correct no call there by the ref. City will have the corner right here. Bawa will look to swing it in.
Certainly so. We saw a lot of low-lying crosses for Ernest Bawa early in that first half. And as well, another one there that was a little bit too low for anyone to really get a solid footing on that one. And it now will be a goal kick coming up for Mason Hart of Peoria City.
This is a Peoria team, you know, that has done well playing away from home this year. 2 out of their 3 wins have come away so far, but today things have not gone well for them up to this point.
Certainly so, and especially being one of the closer teams that Chicago City will be playing through the season. They didn't have to make too far of a road trip as some of the teams like FC Wichita and Des Moines Menace have to whenever they come up to the Windy City. But even still, playing on the road is never easy in any sort of circumstances, especially when you're having to be on a different field than you were not necessarily expecting, playing here at the Illinois Institute of Technology, a Division III school here in Chicago, but a very nice turf field that they've maintained well here that's also fitted not only for soccer, but for lacrosse as well. As that ball goes out of bounds, it'll be a goal kick coming up for Peoria. And with the fact that we have no subs, Rafael, you have to imagine that, like we were mentioning earlier, that their scheme's going to have to change in one way or another to be able to get those balls towards Jackson Wayman and put some pressure on him. They had some attempts with Justin Wilson, as he's been the one to really lead that offense in shots thus far, but overall they haven't really had too many other great opportunities. But this could be one right here, as that's picked up quickly by Jackson Wayman. That could have been something there for Alex White to have another second shot opportunity. City will now keep pushing it up here on the near side. That'll be Cade Hagan pushing it back to Juan Gutierrez, the captain for City. And again, we continue to see those quick, short passes in a bit of a triangle, almost a hexagonal in a way, sort of formation there towards the middle. That's sort of the system they like to play with, and then once they find that quick outlet by one of the players in the midfield, they continue to immediately sprint forward unless they're intercepted like it is right here for Peoria. He's looking to make something happen. A long cross there, picked up by Ernest Bawa. He at least got a bit of a deflection on that one. That one went, he wanted that one to say that that went out, but Peoria continues to play this one on. The momentum is clearly with Peoria. Another sweeping cross towards the middle is deflected there by Juan Gutierrez. And now it'll be a tussle on the far side of the pitch. Clearly the shots are coming now for Peoria. They've now found ways to get those through crosses. When you have someone like Cade Hagan here in the forward attack, he is a dangerous player to have to go against here. Now setting up a cross there that was blocked immediately. City still now retains the possession here in the middle. Ernest Mensah, one of the better defensemen for Chicago City. He's been one of the better players for them overall in this year. A Xavier player, played 14 games for them just last season. He had 2 assists for those Musketeers. And a long pass Going right back over to Mark Torellis. He tries to get something towards the middle. Two City players and a Peoria City player collide, and it will go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick coming up.
So really good setup right there. And unfortunately right there, the two players colliding right there for City.
And so now 53 minutes into this match, Raphael, we've seen these attempts from Peoria. You see the attempts from Chicago City. But it's really just been some of those singular moments. It hasn't been some of this consistent attack. We saw a couple from Peoria, but really it's been Chicago having these long stretches of possession, pushing it towards the net of Peoria. So you have to wonder how Peoria will actually be able to respond here and give Justin Wilson or Jermaine Turner or Alex White some more opportunities to put shots against Jackson Wayman.
Well, they've had
that ball goes out of bounds.
Well, they've had opportunities. The problem is they haven't had quality opportunities. They've had several opportunities in terms of quantity, but not quality. And that's what they've been lacking so far throughout this entire game.
Certainly so, and they've had set-piece opportunities, whether it be from a free kick or corner kicks, but those have always been low-lying, really for both sides. Both low-lying opportunities that really haven't really had any opportunities to get a header or any sort of high-legged kick towards maybe a top-end shot. But either way, a solid match thus far. And Peoria, you have to give them credit. They're doing their best thus far in the match to match the actual speed and athleticism of Chicago City. Now resetting, that was Wesley Gibson giving it over to Mason Hart. They're passing it through in the back line, trying to find some midfielders there, but are not able to do so as Chicago gets in front of that one. It's just going back and forth now on that far side. Wilson, one of the dangerous players for Peoria to have right there, picked up immediately by Juan Gutierrez.
If Peoria decides to go to like a 3-4-3, which would be 3 center backs, 4 midfielders, and 3 forwards, what would happen is that both wing backs would already be pushing up the field, and it creates numbers and advantages. However, the issue is, because you have 3 attackers for City, they're going against 3 defenders of Peoria. So if a counter happens, they're going to be exposed back in the numbers on the quick transitions, particularly from either a free kick or maybe even from a corner, depending. There's places where Peoria could get exposed on the counter.
And especially with all the throw-ins that we've seen throughout this match as well, you'd have to imagine that they would take advantage of some of those opportunities to quickly throw it in and move far down the field as much as they can with some of those speedy players, because Peoria certainly does have the athleticism to keep up with Chicago at times, but clearly the forward attack by the Lions is a little bit too much for them to have to deal with, as there's a shot saved by Peoria, pushed wide left there. That was Ernest Bawa there, trying to make something happen. A good attempt for them. A corner is coming up for Chicago City here on the near side.
Well, it's a good save by Hart, but Hart afterwards is immediately frustrated with his team, particularly his back line right there, not getting closer to the ball right there when Bawa took the shot. He wants his players to sort of come up closer and challenge Bawa.
And City trying to make something happen. He couldn't find really any sort of open lane to shoot there. That was a far shot attempt there by Mark Torellis. But not really able to get anything going there. Excuse me, that was Josh Torres that was attempting that last shot that went out. And so now Peoria attempted to make something happen, pushing far into the defense of Chicago, but met immediately. Didn't quite have enough great positioning. That one's pushed a little bit too far. And screaming down the far side of the pitch, that's Oscar DeWeso, pushing it over. Trying to find anyone there in the middle. Bawa now has it a shot. Hit immediately off Thomas Manayer, who's visibly in pain after that screamer was taken to the back of him. Now a bit of a reset here for Chicago, attempting to make something happen here. looking for any open players that they can. Peoria having a good tussle over there in the middle. That's with Oscar DeWeso as well as Jonah Steckley. But now if you're City, you clearly do have these opportunities to shoot and score. But how they will do it remains to be seen, as there's a long cross there that's pushed out of bounds. Ernest Mensah tried to find somebody for the Lions in the middle. But a good header there for Peoria to keep that one out. Another corner is coming up here on the near side for Chicago. And again, Rafael, we see all these low line corner kicks. What are some of the other methods that Chicago could attempt to use, as they've had all these great opportunities to score? And that one, again, still met immediately by a Peoria defender. But Chicago will retain the possession here. Peoria trying to make anything happen there is just pushed a little too hard towards Daniel Sergiev, one of the former Chicago City players who played for the Lions just last season in their first pre-professional season.
You know, Austin, you were mentioning earlier about what some things City can do. See me on the corners right there. There's a foul against Monier right there. Back to what I was gonna state beforehand, was some things we could see from the corners. We could see a high trajectory corner, arc sort of, in which you want to use your tallest players on the pitch to sort of jump up, use their height and elevation.
No, you're exactly right. And that's certainly something that they should look for whenever they're trying to make these attempts happen. But you see Cade Hagan going against Thomas Maneir there. That was a heady attempt by him to get that foul called, and another booking for Peoria. That's their third yellow card in this match. Now Hagan getting a word there by Coach Latshaw, attempting to get the set play here, finding anyone in the middle, but met quickly by Peoria. That's deflected back towards the back line of City. Chicago City, I should say. With just a high-flying ball there for Chicago's forward right there. That goes right into the middle of the street next to this Stewart Field, the Division III home of the Illinois Institute of Technology. "61 minutes into this match. Chicago City leads 2-0 here against Peoria City. It's been a very solid match throughout. Peoria has had their moments in which they've been able to find some quality chances, but overall they haven't been as much as they've actually been able to want. But you have to imagine they're going to be able to try and find anything else. Here's a long cross that just was pushed too far and away. Certainly a little too much. He certainly chipped that one a bit too far, Rafael.
Well, I mentioned, like first half, what some things Peoria should do is they start, crossing the balls into the box, and it did right there. And the problem is right there with Manier's cross is just that he put too much power behind the cross, and it went past everyone and behind the net. So the idea was good. The execution, however, was a completely different story.
That foul against Chicago will give Peoria an opportunity to continue to find ways to put pressure on the back line as well as some of those midfielders for Chicago City. We'll have to see if they can put some more of those crossing balls into more accurate positions than they were able to do earlier in this match, as Wilson's not able to handle that one. Chicago could go on a quick attack here, but they elect not to and play a little bit more smartly conservative play here, because they don't have to worry about too much pressure to apply, as they already are up 2-0 here in this match. As a tough tackle's made there by Oscar DeWeso for Chicago City, he is booked. That's another yellow right there against him, and that'll go as he was battling with the captain for Peoria City, Jonah Steckley, one of the midfielders for them.
It looks like we're about to have two substitutions very shortly here for City.
The next stoppage in play, there will be 2 subs for Chicago City, and it looks to be it will be Lucas Ender being one of those players for City, as well as Andrew Schweiner. But now Peoria lining up here in the middle. They have yet another opportunity. They have a lot of those players on the far side pushed over there, looking to make any sort of attempt against Jackson Wayman to find a way to cut the lead in half. Long cross far and away. Can't find any receiver on that pass. Peoria will retain that one, but met quickly by Dylan Banker on that defensive line for City. Julian Cisneros passed it far away to Ernest Bawa. Now finding Trellis, but just too much of a quick pass there. Peoria picks that one up easily. And although I did like that attempt for Peoria, trying to find someone over on that far side of the box, they really just couldn't quite capitalize on getting someone to have solid contact there on a header.
You were mentioning earlier about City, how they were playing a little bit more, slow, a little more conservative. The last thing you want to do, though, for City is let your guard down and start playing too slowly. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case right here.
And Peoria able to get that one away, but Axel Alejandre was able to get in front of that one. But now Peoria has yet another opportunity here with Justin Wilson finding a way to gallop down the pitch. He's looking for anybody, but a great tackle there by Juan Gutierrez, the captain. Peoria will still maintain this one, but there are plenty of blue shirts around him to get in front of that ball. And now Ernest Mensah will be able to handle that one easily here on the near side. Push very far and away towards the far side for City. It'll be a throw-in coming up for Peoria.
It looks like now the 2 substitutions for City will now happen. We are 65 minutes into the second half.
And now the official substitutions will be made as Dylan Banker comes off the pitch. Lucas Ender will be in to replace him. And Andrew Schweiner, number 25, coming onto the pitch here. He will be replacing Josh Torres, one of the goal scorers for Chicago City in this match. And rightfully so, he gets some well-deserved rest after a very impressive match thus far. Now City having to play a little bit of keep away there. That one's pushed out of bounds. It'll be a corner coming up for Peoria. Yet another one for them. You have to imagine, Rafael, that with this opportunity that they have to find a way yet again to get this set piece in towards the middle and not have to worry really too much about those headers really for them, as those have really been some of their calling cards thus far in the match. You would think that they would be able to push the ball towards the middle by keeping it on the ground, but they try and find something in towards the middle. A long crosser met quickly by a City defender, pushed out towards the near side of the pitch. Peoria will retain this one, looking to go back across the other way. That's quickly met on the far side by Cisneros, headed away.
Well, I mean, for Peoria, they still haven't been able to find some space across the middle of the pitch, and because of that, they're still having to play far out wide. And City, that's the type of style that they want their opponents to play, and so far they have worked it to perfection.
Certainly so, and a big steal there for Peoria. A shot attempt there blocked immediately. That was Miles Stefanovong attempting to get another Peoria shot, and a very quick throw-in on the far side is intercepted right there on the far side by City. That was Cisneros yet again on the defensive back line there.
You talked earlier, Austin, about how Peoria should start doing quick throw-ins right there, and you saw they were trying to do that right there, but you credit the City, though, for their reaction time and awareness of the situation in hand.
So now after this stoppage here, the throw-in will occur on that far side as they were trying to get that ball back to the City player as they direct him more towards the area in which it went out. And a quick, tough slide tackle there made by Oscar DeWeso. Both he and another Peoria player are down here, and it looks as if there will be a red card or excuse me, one of the cards will be given. He hasn't made a distinction yet there, one of the head referees in this match. But you have to imagine this one will go against Chicago City's Oscar DeWeso. Now, which color it will be remains to be seen, as he has not lifted it, but it looks like he does have the yellow in his hand. And Alex. And it is officially a red card there given against Oscar DeWeso. He will have to come off the pitch. And Chicago City will now have to play with only 10 men total. This could be a big moment for Peoria to continue to find a way to put pressure, now having a man advantage throughout the rest of this match.
Just a careless challenge right there by DeWeso from behind right there. And now, for the first time in a long time, momentum is now in favor of Peoria now, as City are down to 10 men.
Exactly so. Now in just the 69th minute here in this match, they certainly have a lot of time to work with if they want to find a way to not only just get cut the lead in half, they could find another way to get the equalizer if they have had a lot more quality chances so far.
Now, the one thing with DeWeso getting sent off is that they do not lose another midfielder or defender. They're losing an attacker, which ideally is what most teams will do when they have someone sent off. So we're going to see a lot more conservative, a lot more cautious City team.
Certainly so. And after that long stoppage now, Peoria lined up with a lot of men here on the near side. Nearly 8 men towards the near side of the box. Peoria with a long sweeping pass, headed immediately by the Chicago midfielder. That looked to be Axel Alejandre on the receiving end of that header, getting that away from the box. But Peoria does not want to give this opportunity away too quickly, but it deflects all the way to the outside. It'll be a goal kick coming up for Jackson Waymans.
If you're Peoria now, Austin, now is the time to go. There's no greater moment than now for these next 20 minutes left remaining in the game. Now they can attack, they can go all out, because now City, they're going to play very cautious. They're going to try to waste time and moments when they can. And if you're Peoria, you've been giving a lifeline right here, and your season is on the line.
Certainly so, especially when you consider the fact that they did make those substitutions. They do have some fresh legs to work with. But even still, being down a man is not something that would be easy to have to work with, as Peoria will be able to continue to put as many men towards the box as they can to attempt to notch this thing up. But to do so, they have to get on the board first, because they haven't had too many quality chances as of recently. As there's some fancy footwear there by Cade Hagan. And a tough tackle there by Hagan against the captain for Peoria City, Jonah Steckley. The coaches for Peoria City visibly upset about that tackle, but play continues on. And that's the way that it's been called most of this match. These referees have been calling these tough tackles for the most part. Either way, you know, from our point of view, Raphael, it looked to be pretty much a clean tackle, nothing towards the legs over there.
Someone got booked with a yellow. Can't tell from here, however. And it looks like some more players are going to come on the pitch for City.
So the yellow card does go against Chicago City. And it looks to be Mark Torellis was the one that was called against that one. He is one of the goal scorers in this match. And so like we mentioned very early into this match, discipline is key, for especially when you get into these late moments in any sort of match. You don't want to have these moments in which you see players like Oscar DeWeso go down and out of the match because they have a red card. But yet either way, that cooler heads will prevail. We'll have to see who else could possibly be getting another yellow card after all these tough tackles. You can see the aggression, although it's getting later in this match, you can still see the aggression continue to build for either side, as there will be a big platoon swap coming up here for Chicago City.
Well, remember, though, you go back to their first home game of the year against Springfield Athletic. This is the same City team that finished with 9 men, while Springfield finished with 10. So this has been an issue that, you know, City has had.
A long header, one of the best opportunities of the day there for Peoria City. That was Daniel Sergeyev. He could have been the one to cut the lead in half for them, but does not do so. One of the better opportunities, pushed wide left of the net, 74 minutes into this match. So there will be substitutions made here for Peoria and Chicago as well. We will be seeing Sam Moore swap in for Wesley Gibson as well. We'll also see Noah Madrigal come in for Peoria City's Justin Wilson, one of the better offensive players who's had 3 shots thus far in this match. And for Chicago, we'll see 3 players come on and we'll see 3 players go off. Coming onto the pitch is Merrick Gonda, as well as Adrian Lara and Michael Rogalski. Coming off for them is Ernest Mensah, as well as Cade Hagan, one of the better defense or forwards for City, as well as Julian Cisneros, who's been one of the stellar pieces for City thus far in this match, having a lot of interceptions, too many to count from up here, but certainly a key player throughout this whole match. Now with all these fresh bodies, Rafael, how do both teams respond?
Well, for City, you make the substitutions particularly defensively as a foul is committed against Peoria. So for City, you want the substitutions defensively just to keep your players up fresh, and not only that, considering how Peoria, the remainder of this game, is going to go all out attacking. As for Peoria, you're looking for a spark so far. You know, we talked about how Justin Wilson for them, you know, he has not been a major factor for them all game long. So making the switch to Noah Madrigal right there, number 17, and Sam Moore, 16. So they're looking for something here late in the going.
And a sweeping pass over there by Chicago. A crosser could have been something there. Another shot. That was Ernest Bawa. That goes wide right there, deflected off a Peoria player. It'll be another corner kick coming up for Chicago City. Fresh legs or not, Chicago is still wanting to put some pressure on here after they were playing a little bit more conservatively to begin this second half. That sweeping cross for that corner couldn't quite find anybody securely there, but Chicago still maintains the possession here. They could find another shot opportunity coming up quickly, especially when you have it in the legs of Ernest Bawa there, the feet for him. One of the shiftier players for the Lions. And now we certainly see some aggression here for Peoria, trying to find someone there towards the middle. It's one of those subs, Noah Madrigal. Now finding any opportunity, a good deflection there by Juan Gutierrez, but Peoria trying to maintain any sort of semblance of possession here in the middle, but quickly picked away by Alejandre of City. And smartly, Peoria regroups here, trying to find any sort of momentum that they can to continue pushing the ball forward as much as they can, Rafael. And with these new subs, you were mentioning earlier, obviously these fresh legs are going to be able to have especially a different eye, a different way of going about finding attacking lanes. How else can we see them try and work against this stout Chicago defense?
Well, you're going to see them really come very close to the defenders. What I mean is they're going to try to beat like the offside traps, as it'll be a corner kick right here for Peoria. And, you know, they're just looking for a playmaker, someone who can change the game for them. And so far, we're 75 minutes in, no one has been able to do it yet for Peoria. So time right now is against them.
It certainly is. And we saw Christian Ortiz right there screaming down towards the pitch, and we saw Michael Rogalski as well smartly push that one out. But if you're Peoria, you have to look for those speedy players like Christian Ortiz. Although he is playing defense for them primarily, he could be a key option whenever you have majority of your players pushed up forward in a high press.
We see right now Peoria, they have 3 players in the high press so far.
And no recipients there for Peoria. That could have been an opportunity for them, but quickly picked up by Jackson Wayman. Now 78 minutes into this match. Chicago City SC still leads 2-0. Mark Torellis and Josh Torres are the ones to score the goals for Chicago City so far. But this question still remains. Could we see a third goal in this match from either side? We've seen great opportunities by both sides. But with all these fresh legs now on the pitch, you have to wonder if any of these players, these substitutes, could become super subs and notch a goal here. On that far side of the pitch, Axel Alejandre and those midfielders smartly pushing it away, playing a lot more conservative than they were in that first half. Clearly wanting to waste as much time as they possibly can, as there's about 19 minutes left in this match. Especially considering they are down a man. A red card was given to Oscar Dueso just a few minutes ago here in this match. Now Chicago playing with only 10 men total. So Peoria clearly has to continue finding ways to get on the attack and make any more attempts to go for the net. And they do so here. This could be a big one here for them. Finding anybody in the middle, but quickly met by the Chicago defense. Quickly pushed over in the middle. It's a goal for Peoria. They cut the lead in half. What a response by Peoria to get on the board here in the 80th minute.
Well,
and now if you were Chicago, you have to be very worried about them being able to do that yet again. That was Jermaine Turner for Peoria City, the one to score that one. He had one shot earlier in this match. Now his second goes into the net against Jackson Wayman. And Chicago City SC now has all the pressure put on them, having played with only 10 men, Raphael.
We talked about substitutions for Peoria, looking for the super subs, and that guy who set it up all right there, number 17, Noah Madrigal with the assist right there. Just a beautiful pass right there into the box and an easy tap in right there for Turner. And now with 10 minutes left, things get very Tetris from here on out for City.
You're absolutely right. As that high-flying ball on this near side continues to stay in bounds, impressively, as there is a decent gust of wind here on this calm, cool night in the south side of Chicago. But now City retaining the possession on this one. They certainly want to act more aggressive now than they were earlier in this match, but that ball pushed too far and away. This one's going to be easily picked up for Mason Hart for Peoria.
They want to act aggressive, City, but they can't act too aggressive because in any moment from here on out, Peoria could have a golden opportunity to tie this game up.
You certainly are, and especially with that goal now coming in this late in the match, Peoria is certainly sitting with all the momentum they possibly can. And Chicago City is now on their heels, trying to figure out any way that they can to continue to get back that 2-goal lead. And remember, we mentioned it earlier in this match that Chicago City has won every single match this season, 6-0-0, and they've won every match by 2 goals. And impressively, they won just their last match in a shutout, 5-0. So for Peoria to be able to get yet another goal against Chicago, they did so earlier in the season, is yet another impressive mark going against the number 4 team in the nation. And clearly you can hear Peoria's coach right there yelling at his players, giving them any sort of direction to try and get in front of those passes and not allow Chicago to continue finding momentum towards their own net. But for Peoria, you have to wonder what else they will be able to do to continue to find another way to possibly equalize this match, as they do have a substitute waiting here on the near sideline. That'll be Mitch Cofton. That'll be coming in later in this match whenever there's the next stoppage. And now another opportunity here for Peoria. But quickly met there by Gutierrez. With that ball going out of bounds, the stoppage will occur, and so will the substitute or throw-in will be coming up after this for Chicago City. Coming onto the pitch for Peoria is number 22, Mitch Cofton. He will be replacing number 16 for Peoria City. Number 14, excuse me, Alex White.
That's another attacking substitution right there for Peoria. They're looking for those fresh legs, and so far they have 3 right up front. This a close situation right there for Wayman.
Certainly so, and you can tell how much more aggressively Peoria has been playing thus far in the match, especially whenever some of the back line for Chicago City has pushed the ball back towards Wayman so he can get some of those longer kicks. They've been going immediately towards him to put as much pressure as they can on him to not allow any sort of room for easy passes. But now Peoria's Christian Ortiz, one of those speedier players for them that plays on the defense. If he gets another opportunity with the ball, he could be a scary player to have to face against for Chicago. But that long pass attempt intended for Ernest Bawa, couldn't quite find him there. Hart picks that up easily. And so now approximately 5 minutes left in this match. In the 85th minute here, Chicago City SC leads 2-1 over Peoria City. And Raphael, yet another opportunity here for them to continue to push this ball towards the middle.
It is a bit far out from a bit distance right here. We're going to see them cross the ball in. It's going to be interesting to see, though. Will it work?
A high flying kick towards the far side. He couldn't quite find anyone there. That was intended for Miles Stefanovong. He could have been the one to retain the possession there, but it was just too far and away. You see that a lot for some of these Peoria players, those high flying kicks that don't necessarily have their intended target right where they want to. And Raphael, whenever you see some of those passes, what is going through the mind of some of those players that are looking for these sort of long, high arching passes towards the middle of the box?
Well, you're usually looking for your tallest players on the pitch to contribute in that sense, to heading the ball upward, take advantage against the smaller City team and overall the size and height right there. And it's interesting to see just how different both teams have been playing so far in that sense. You know, City a lot of low crosses, and then for Peoria a lot of high arcing crosses.
Absolutely, and even though both teams are playing in those 4-3-3s that we mentioned earlier, you can tell the difference between those two about how they want to go about this with some of those high arching passes. With Andrew Schweiner, the one being there in the middle, passing it over towards Lucas Ender, one of the subs for City. Ernest Bawa with a battle there on the near side. That goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming up for Chicago City SC. And with them being that far down the pitch, Raphael, you have to imagine, although they want to stay aggressive and possibly put a third goal on the board for them in this match, either way, finding a way to continue to chew the clock is obviously going to be their top priority.
It's going to be a key right there. But so far, I look at the play right across the middle of the pitch.
And now Schweiner with almost a dangerous-looking pass there towards one of the other subs, Michael Rogalski. And with all these different substitutes for Chicago City, this almost certainly would make at least 35 different players, like we mentioned, that they were searching for. Coach Latshaw mentioned earlier in the game before the game, I should say, that he was attempting to use all these different players and give them opportunities to play on this pitch, as well as show their stuff to any scouts that might be watching, because that's, of course, one of the main goals of this entire USL2 league, to be able to give opportunities for these players to score goals as well as other shots and prove why they want to keep playing on at the next level or continue to push the envelope of possibly moving up from a Division II to a Division I school. But Peoria's Thomas Monayer was clearly upset there that he didn't get the ball fast enough to be able to put that in. But they are going to have to move very quickly now, as it's already approaching the 89th minute here in this match. Chicago leads 2-1 over Peoria. But an opportunity here for Peoria, pushing it far into the box. A good tackle there made in the middle. It'll be another corner kick coming up for Peoria.
It appears we might have more substitutions upcoming in the next stoppage here for Peoria.
And that was an absolute great tackle there by Adrian Lara for City. And another interception made there by Ernest Bawa, but Peoria finds it. Sweeping pass in the middle, that could have been a dangerous opportunity there. But quickly kicked away by Chicago. Ping-ponging, clearly Peoria attempting anything that they can to possibly eke out even a draw here, as they do have two subs waiting if there is another point in stoppage. But the captain, Jonas Steckley for Peoria, maintains that one, trying to find any of his players far in the middle. An opportunity for Peoria and a shot, and it's in! They have equalized in possibly the final minute in this match, in the 90th minute. It is Chicago 2, Peoria 2 here in this match. And the one to score that goal was Abdel Talabi. And so now some of the Chicago players, as well as Peoria, are trying to understand whether or not that this could have possibly been offsides, as some of the referees are having discussion there on the far side of the pitch.
This is such a critical
This could be a
moment.
pivotal call.
It's such a critical moment in the game right here. It looked like for a second Peoria had tied it, but now the referee, along with the linesman, right there, are having a discussion.
And clearly, you can understand why they would want to be taking their time on this call. This could be massive. Not only for Chicago, but also for Peoria. The perfect 6-0-0 mark for Chicago could have a draw next to it if this does indeed end up being a good goal. And for Peoria, they could earn a very large point. And it is ruled no goal. It is ruled offsides. In an unbelievable ruling, the score remains 2-1 after that ruling by the referee, after that discussion with one of the line judges there on that far side.
One of the assistants for Peoria absolutely fuming right there, along with the rest of the bench for them. A controversial decision made right here. And for Peoria, what looked like was going to be sheer jubilation, tying things up, has now turned into heartbreak here. So now Wyman will boot it up
certainly
right
so
here.
for that shot attempt, Raphael. You have to give Peoria City credit. That was an amazing attempt by them to be able to get in front of the net, but it just couldn't have been after the referees ended up ruling it offsides, and it looks to be 3 minutes of added time will happen here in this match. Or more here, as there were plenty of stoppages here in the second half. And so now it still remains Chicago City SC 2, Peoria City 1. And the second goal that could have been for Peoria was called offsides, and there will in fact be 8 minutes of added time here in this second half. So certainly still plenty of opportunities left for Peoria City to be able to get more shots on net and possibly attempt to tie this thing back up yet again. But they obviously have to keep that offsides call in the back of their minds, as there's a tough tackle made by Peoria. Called against them there.
You're going back to, the offsides goal right there. There's moments where you wish, we would have VAR or anything like that, but at a semi-professional level, it's not the case. And for Peoria, this is going to be heartbreaking for them. Should they not score here?
And so now some confusion here as to where they will actually be able to start this one, but it does get going yet again. Chicago City remaining with this one, pushing it towards the net. But there are plenty of black shirts on that far side of the pitch that could be able to move that ball yet again quickly towards Jackson Wayman. Peoria trying their best to continue pushing the envelope, finding any ways that they can to get another shot attempt here, but they have to keep that offsides in their minds. As there's a sweeping cross in towards the middle. This is crazy opportunity here for them, and it couldn't have been. Deflected by Chicago City. That will go out. Another corner coming up for Peoria. This one quickly taken by them. Now a shot attempt there in the middle for Peoria, deflected by Chicago City SC there. On that shot attempt, that was Sam Moore for Peoria City, but clearly Peoria having all the momentum here, needing that second goal to attempt to get a draw at the very least here in the dying moments of this match.
And before the quarter right there, some of the Peoria bench were looking for a potential foul inside the box and a handball, and they weren't giving it to him, and they are just livid right now.
And so again, for those of you watching on the broadcast tonight, Chicago City is down a man currently, with Oscar Dueso going down earlier in the 70s minute. And so Peoria clearly playing with this advantage, as they should, attempting to find any way to equalize here late in this match. Met quickly in towards the middle for Chicago City SC. Now Ernest Bawa could have a chance at this, but quickly pushed over. Miles Savanavong for Peoria now has it here on the near side. And good, clean, crisp passes here for Peoria, giving them opportunities here to set up a big shot on the corner of the box, finding anything they can, but Chicago City's back line quickly meeting them, marking them well. Now a high attempt for a header, couldn't quite find any recipients. Another shot there for Peoria, that was Jonas Steckley, but deflected yet again by Chicago. Now Chicago playing it on that far side of the pitch, but quickly lost there. That was Merrick Gondo, one of the better players for Chicago. He has not played in any pre-professional soccer for about 12 days. He's had some days off due to rest and recovery. Now Peoria pushing it back towards the middle, but smartly found and chipped away by Alec Alejandre there in the middle. And a tough tackle there. Chicago City will have the possession on this one.
Now City will look to try to waste more time right here, as time is slowly ticking away for Peoria.
And Rafael, if you're Peoria, you have to be proud with the attempts that you've had, considering the way that you played in the first and earlier in the second half, where it was methodical play with some quality chances, but there weren't quite too many opportunities for them to have these bigger shots right in towards the middle of Jackson Wayman in that net.
Well, if you're Peoria, though, you feel like you've been robbed from the goal, from the controversial offside call. So
absolutely,
they've been playing really well, and they've in some aspects have earned the right, to be leveled with City. As another yellow card given to another City player. We'll have a confirmation in a moment, but for Peoria, this is another opportunity right here. So you see the goalkeeper, Mason Hart, charging all the way up the pitch.
And that'll be Axel Alejandre, the one getting the yellow card there. Peoria with yet another free kick opportunity here. Could they find another way to equalize after that controversial offsides call? But that is the nature of soccer.
This could be
it is all up to that line judge on that far side there.
This could be the last great opportunity of the day for Peoria.
And a high sweeping shot deflected out of bounds by a Chicago player there, ruled by the ref. So it will be a corner coming up for Peoria. The Chicago players are pleading for the end of the match to be called. Another corner for Peoria, push towards the middle. High arcing shot attempt, sweeping pass. That was one of their goalkeeper on that attempt, Mason Hart, but it goes out of bounds, and that will do it. Chicago City SC wins 2-1 here at the Illinois Institute of Technology on the south side of Chicago. An impressive end of the match attempts for Peoria City were for naught as they lose here and go to 3-4 on the season, and Chicago City SC continues to be one of the only unbeaten teams in all of United Soccer League League 2 play, now 7-0-0 on the season. And what a game it was, Rafael.
It was an intense end to the game. It was not pretty in the end for City, but they remain unbeaten on the year and still controlling their destiny to finish first in the Heartland. As for Peoria, this is pretty much the end of their season in the sense of making it to the top 2 in the Heartland division. But man, what a tough way to go out here today on a controversial offside call right there.
It certainly was, but an incredible match there for the number 4 team in the nation for Chicago City SC. They win yet another match here, and we thank you all for listening to the Sports Broadcast Solutions broadcast. I'm Austin Wright. He's Rafael Gutierrez Gonzalez, and as well Grant Harrison on the camera, as well as Kyle Smith doing the stat crew right behind us. Thank you all for watching. And coming up next is our post-game show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. Other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway, a 2-on-0, a shot, and a goal! So 3-3, the power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and
Welcome to the post-game show, brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith alongside the SBS man of the match, Josh Torres. It wasn't a convincing win, but they find a way to win, and Chicago is now 7-0-0 on the season. The unbeaten season is still very much alive for Chicago. Wasn't exactly how you drew it up. You did have a man in the sin bin. You're down a man for most of the second half, but you find a way to win. What does it say to this team, the chemistry,
the camaraderie, that you guys can find different ways to win games?
I feel like we just stay composed. We stay as a team. Towards the end, I got subbed off. I feel like the coaches made a good decision because I wasn't feeling like I was doing my 100%. So I feel like bringing in a sub and the sub coming out and giving 100%, that was gonna help out the team a lot because I was not doing as much because I was feeling a cramp. But thank God the coaches made a sub and like the subs came in and made a change, and I stayed composed as a team together.
Was it tough being on the bench as Peoria City is getting closer and closer to tying this match or possibly winning it?
Of course. Like anyone, it's like scary being in a bench. The only thing you can do is like support the team and try to tell them to like stay back, man back, anything, but try to help out the team.
Controversy galore tonight. For people that aren't familiar with the game of soccer, what happened? Why was it offsides? And why was the goal not counted towards Peoria to tie it up at 2-2?
I'll say that our defenders were like staying together in the line, so that made the other team try to make a through ball in, but he was officially outside. But thank God our defenders were staying together and staying composed and letting the other guy be outside for they won't allow the goal.
I think it's safe to say that Jackson Waitman is arguably the best goalkeeper in the entire Heartland Conference. You guys are down a man. Peoria keeps peppering him, and he finds a way to get you the W tonight.
Of course. He did a great job screaming at us and telling us that we have a man in our behind, or thank God he was kept us composed and try to give us feedback where the players are at and try to stay together as a team.
Did you notice that he was pointing at the player that was offside right away, right after the goal happened?
Yeah, I did see that, and that shows that he's already like looking, checking, seeing that guy was outside, and thank God he told the ref, and the ref went out and told the linesman that it was outside.
Well, it's obviously not the way your coach would draw it up, but a win's a win, right? You guys are 7-0-0. There are obviously bigger goals than going undefeated. I don't want to jinx you, but have you guys thought about it all, going undefeated this season to finish off the campaign?
I'll say this is my first year, and I came here to play. I came here to win. I came here to score. So me coming in, I'm giving 100%. I want to win. I want to win everything. So me being in this team, it's like even the coach wants to win. So I say everyone wants to win. So I feel like everyone's putting 100% in the game and outside the game. And you can see that we're never going to give up. We're down a man, but we're never going to give up, and we're always going to give 100%.
That's Josh Torres, and that does it for our post-game show. A 2-1 victory for Chicago City SC. They win down a man, and they're 7-0-0 on the season. We'll see you next time on SBS.